All right, welcome to another Sons of Screens. I am
Oh my.
Faye, that is Colonel,
Hola.
and we're getting creative in the mad scientist world of creating monsters. Yeah, yeah,
We're alive!
yeah. He's alive, alive. Which it is November 21st at the time of this recording,
It is.
which is
Which
the anniversary of the 1931 Frankenstein with
happy
Boris Karloff.
anniversary.
Yeah, that's one of those weird happy accidents that I learned this week. I was like, oh shit, we're recording about Frankenstein on the anniversary of the Frankenstein movie that everybody recognizes and
Nice.
loves. Which that makeup in that 1931 movie with Boris Karloff, I mean,
Mhm.
there will never be a better Frankenstein makeup
No
or a
matter who
better.
you, no matter who you talk to, when you say Frankenstein,
You're gonna
they think
pop
of
up with
Boris
that flat
Karloff.
top and bolts and
Yep.
all that shit. Yeah. Whoever did that makeup, usually I can't remember the name. I know the name, but I don't remember it. But yeah, that makeup was fucking perfect. And for 1930 fucking one,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was fucking phenomenal. Like, yeah, there's a lot of makeups throughout cinema history that are always just memorable, and
Did,
that's definitely in the top
did you
tier
ever watch
of
that? I think it was a TV show on True that they did the makeup challenges.
the Face Off.
Face Off. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I was madly addicted to that show.
I really liked that show. They did some
Mm.
crazy stuff in a very limited amount of time.
Yeah, it was on Sci-Fi. It was good
Sci-fi. Yeah,
shit. Yeah, it makes more sense to have it on Sci-Fi than True TV.
it does.
You know.
Well, True TV does all those weird shows.
Yeah, yeah, I loved Face Off, man. And like a lot of people, they'll watch American Idol and all these stuffs, and they'll pick their winner at the beginning of the season. Who they're cheering for. That
Mhm,
was my face. That was me with Face Off. They'd
mhm.
introduce all the people at the beginning, and I'd pick one particular one. And I'm like,
Not to
I'm
be
going with you
confused
all the
with the
way.
John Travolta movie.
I know, yeah. I always hated that they called it Face Off. I wish they had a different name than Face Off, just
Right.
because I love the movie Face Off.
Well, I love the movie too. My favorite thing about that movie was that John Travolta got to be the good guy and still play the bad guy.
I know, right? And then John Travolta, the same with him. Like, man, yeah, that movie's fantastic. I'm not gonna get into that movie because I'll go on for fucking hours about Face Off. Because that movie is a marvel that people do not marvel at, and they
That
need to.
movie blew my mind. Like, I mean, you had John Travolta, you had Nick Cage, like two really good actors. Like they I don't know. It was just
And they
a.
had to do different characters. It
Mm-hmm,
just, yeah, and it's one of the greatest action films of all time. It really is.
mm-hmm.
I think Nick Cage, he did that. Yeah, he did that, and Con Air. Those are two of my favorite action films of all time.
See, I liked another John Travolta action movie called Broken Arrow
Ah,
with
yeah,
Richard
yeah,
Gere.
yeah. Yep,
I really
yep.
liked that
I love
movie.
that movie. I always think of Howie Long. Every time I see Howie Long on like the Sunday pre-show stuff like that, I think of Broken Arrow
Nice.
and how he dies. And then for some reason, because like when I was a kid, it was fun to pretend like when somebody died in a movie, they died in
Mm-hmm.
real life.
Okay.
And for some reason, I always think of Howie Long when I think of that too. I'm like, Howie Long should be dead because he died in Broken Arrow. And Howie Long still looks exactly the same as he
He
did then,
does.
as he does now. That ageless fucking wonder.
Him, Patrick Stewart, and Paul Rudd all must go to the same doctor.
Right? And that doctor has the fountain of fucking youth, man. I'm
He's got the
telling you.
Sorcerer's Stone
Yeah. Or
or
the
the
philosopher's
Philosopher's Stone if you're
stone.
British.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. The philosopher's stone. By golly.
So how's your week been, buddy?
It's been good. It's been good. You know, I don't hate my job. Like I here lately, the last month or so, I'm just like, I have a good job. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have a job that I can easily handle, maintain, even when shit gets rough. I'm like, I got this. You know, and
It's always good to have a
it's
job that you enjoy doing, which
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
lucky enough to have one of those as well. And
Mm-hmm. My
yes,
days of waking up with severe anxiety are like over with this job. Like any other
wonderful
past
news.
jobs, I'm just like, I don't want to go do this and stuff like that. Now, granted, of course, I count down to the days to the weekend. I'm like, yeah, days off. But like during the week, I'm like, that's fine. I'll just go to work, do my thing, and just keep counting down to the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't stress.
Well,
And yeah.
do we want to jump right into our random beer? Or do we want to continue on for a little bit first?
Oh, we can do both at the same time. Little
Well, I'm trying to decide whether to
simultaneous
open
thing.
this beer or to open the random beer.
Okay, because you're ready to open a beer, so
Correct.
you're just, go ahead and open your new beer, sir. We'll go ahead and
All right.
go around.
So since I'm ready, I will do mine first. So I went today to the liquor store in search of a Frankenstein related beer, and I
Oh,
went
you
through all
went
the
to the
beers.
store today, huh?
Yeah, I went through all the beers, and at first I was like, oh no, they don't have anything. I found one that would have been perfect for Leatherface last week because it had a guy with a mask on.
Nice.
But so yeah, I went and looked and went through the first time. I was like, well, I didn't really see anything that jumped out at me, so I went back again, and I found one that I was about halfway back through, and I was like, I don't know how I missed this the first time, but it's called Igor's Horn, which I know Igor wasn't in the two we watched tonight, but Igor is closely related to
When you hear Igor, you think Frankenstein, because in
and
many other different iterations he's a part of.
it's not Igor, it's Igor, as young
Yeah,
Frankenstein would say.
young Frankenstein. Yeah, of course. If you guys have been following along with the show, he's a
Oh
Colonel's a
god,
comedy guy, and he loves him some.
I should have looked a little closer at this. Let me see what it is. It's a black IPA, whatever that means. All right.
Which I just realized this week, the Frankenstein's monster and Young Frankenstein is Peter Boyle.
Yeah, you didn't know that
From
from Everybody Loves Raymond.
yeah.
The
I always
dad.
think of him from. And I always think of him from. Did you ever see a Disney movie called Born to Be Wild? About
I did, but I don't remember
the
anything about it.
sign language gorilla, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, Katie, good gorilla.
That's a very hoppy beer. Whew. What do you got?
So you
sir?
didn't even read the contents of
No, I
that
just saw
beer.
Igor's horn or Igor's horn, and I was like, "Yep, that's the one I'm doing."
Or Igor's horn, yeah. I love that. Like I almost feel like I rubbed up on you to where we look at marketing first, purchase, and then we discover what we bought when we get home. Oh shit. Well, this one it really
And it's a
doesn't
pounder.
relate
Oh.
to. Ooh, that's not gonna get a fucking perfect 5.
Well, I mean, it's very, very hoppy once the hops set in.
So
That's
yeah, we'll
where
see
I'm at.
how it falls through. Mine is just another because last time I was with Colonel, that's when I go and buy my randos at a liquor store, and it was Halloween weekend, so I was very Halloween heavy on the night,
You went to Bob's
and I
World
bought
of Beers.
yeah, and I bought a bunch of pumpkin related beers apparently, and this one's Pumpkin Clyde's Pumpkin Cream Ale, which it sounds kind of gay, but the word cream always turns me on to a beer.
Creme de creme.
Are you just gonna mispronounce words all night? We got
It's called,
Krim and
it's called
Igor.
cream.
Krim and Igor. Igor's Krim. You know, like what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, I don't know any flavor. It's not a heavy alcohol content. It's only 5.7. So your standard like domestic alcohol
Let me see if I can
content.
figure out what mine is. Oh, I'm 5.7 as well.
Hey, look at that.
I wish I'd have been writing down these percentages as we go through because I
know,
write all
that
this.
has been kind of a thing.
I've not written down a single percent.
Well, we can start that at the new year. You can reset that.
Shit, I could start it now.
Or start it now.
5.7. 5.7. 7. Fat fingered it. Oh, not 57. 5.7. Oh, we might have a fiver here.
That's tasty.
At least one of us got a tasty beer.
Man.
How many watches you got this week? Do you want me to do mine first, or do you want to do yours first?
Actually, we're gonna take a piss break already.
Okay. We'll be right.
We discussed this before we started recording. Yeah.
I mean, I did expect us to get more than 10 minutes in, but
technically we're 10 minutes in.
Technically we're almost 11, but
yeah. It was really good. We'll be right back.
I already did it.
I did that. I know, but I wanted to be creepy and weird and look like somebody that has look like somebody that has a red dot in the neighborhood for being a registered sex offender.
Oh God,
that's how creepy I want. Okay, yeah, no pumpkin. Okay, yeah. And we are right back.
We're back. So hold on, before we left, I want to clarify that you wanted to be creepy like a pedophile.
Well, because I was doing this, and then I was like, "What's super creepy?" And there's nothing creepier than, you can look at the registration online and see which houses are registered in your neighborhood, and they end up being way more red dots than others. I am not a red dot, by the way, but I was just saying, I want to be as creepy. No, that's just no.
Yeah, why don't we move on?
Yeah, let me think of something else that's creepy. Santa Claus banging your mother. That's creepy.
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Hey, it's a resale watches. Yeah, I'll kick this shebang off.
Okay.
Like last week, I talked about how I watched Easy A because I got home and I was like, I'm going to find a movie to fall asleep to. And then I didn't fall asleep to. I did that again with Accepted with Justin Long. And
okay.
You seen that movie, right?
I have not seen Accepted, I don't think so.
Oh, that's good. You like that one. It's good. Justin Long and Jonah Hill and the chick that's married to Ryan Reynolds, I think.
Blake Lively?
Yeah, I think that's her.
So
one of those generic blonde.
I might have seen favorites.
Where they make the fake college. Because like their whole thing is that he didn't get accepted, and Justin Long didn't get accepted into a college, so he created his own to impress his parents.
I think I have seen it.
And they're the South Harmon Institute of Technology, which is shit.
Right. The storyline is ringing a bell, so I believe I probably have seen it because that movie I feel like is right up the line of a movie I would watch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you never heard of the "Ask Me About My Wiener"? Have you ever heard of somebody quote that?
No.
Man, you need more friends. Or more friends that watch movies.
Bolin is a pretty big movie guy. Like
he talks like he is, but then when I start like drilling him, but then also I do deep dives.
You've also got to remember, like his memory is exquisite. Like he could watch a movie. Like I'm one of those people that I could watch a movie 5 times and still forget about parts of the movie.
Mm-hmm. His movie's exquisite. So then when I ask him about movies, he's just like, I don't think so. So that means he hasn't seen them. So yeah, gotta school that young blood into some deeper stuff. But yeah, so I watched that. And then I wanted to add more to new releases that happened this year on my list. So I watched Roofman with Channing Tatum.
Okay, with Channing Tatum, yeah, like that
Mhm.
one intrigued me. I haven't watched it yet. Was that a Amazon movie?
No, it was a theatrical release that
Okay,
flopped, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I watched this and wow, it was
good.
really fucking good. Like the way they advertised it, like the trailers and stuff like that, it looked like it was just gonna be one of those straight up like stupid comedies.
Yeah,
And it's based on a true story about the dude that lived in
like he lived in
the
a
Toys R Us.
yeah, like
Hmm.
lived in it for I don't know how long, but a while.
Hmm. And he'd rob McDonald's in the rooftop, but he was also like the nicest, friendliest dude.
Right,
He
because
just
didn't he work at a Toys R Us too?
no, he's just
No, he just lived there.
he did a military run and he wanted to get money for his kids, so he started robbing these places. But he was super nice about it while he was robbing McDonald's. And then he escaped from prison and decided to hide inside of a Toys R Us.
Okay.
And then while he's hiding in this Toys R Us, he rigs some stuff to where he can watch the security cameras. And there's Kirsten Dunst, who
Ooh,
he kind of falls in love with while he's watching her.
yeah.
So I was expecting just straight up goofy comedy, and we get a nice little romantic twist at the end or whatever. No, this movie, it was funny, but it was more just like it put me through an emotional ringer. Like it
Okay,
was so fucking good.
I
I
got
was
you.
so surprised. So that's why I'm so pissed that it flopped because this movie was good. It was fucking good. It's definitely cracking my top 5 on new releases this year for sure.
Okay, all right, all right.
I
Okay.
loved it. Like I was laying in bed and I was fucking sitting up like the Undertaker and fucking talking to my screen. I was even doing this. Like, why are you making this decision? Why are you being so stupid? Like I was
Yeah.
so yeah. But and Jane Tatum's one of those to where he can play that lovable, gullible idiot. Like
Yep.
you want to support him.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, he's just so stupid, but yet so lovable, and he executes that role perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. So highly recommend if anybody hasn't seen Roofman, check it out.
Okay. Okay.
And then I went to what the fuck's it called? Death Stalker. Did you ever
Death.
watch Psycho Gorman
No,
or
I didn't.
Frankie Frico? It's the same guy who did this. And I guess technically this is a remake of an '80s Death Stalker movie that nobody liked, and then I kind of went and kind of grazed through it, and I'm like, I can see why people didn't like this fucking piece of shit movie.
Yeah.
But this was fun. It's amazing, like fun, old school, rubber, puppeteer, practical effects, gory practical effects
Mm-hmm.
with the sword and sorcery adventure storyline, which I know
Yeah.
you like. This was it surprised me. It surprised me. I was highly entertained with this movie. It was good. Another one that you should at least definitely check out for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I started.
I need to start a list of all the ones you tell me that I should check out.
Yeah.
So I got one for my wife.
Now
One for you too.
I started out with a couple of bangers this week, but then I got to Queens of the Dead. The reason why I checked it out is because the director was Tina Romero, George A. Romero's daughter.
Okay.
And I think it's her first feature or her second feature
I mean,
length film,
that's a good reason to check a movie out.
but it's her first time entering the zombie world, which her dad was, the
One of the
grandfather of
kings, yeah.
of zombie movies, So I had a little high expectations to it. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like her filmmaking wasn't anything to marvel at. It wasn't.
She wasn't her dad.
She didn't invent the new wheel. She just she made a zombie movie for the LGBTQ community, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound very fun.
It takes place in a drag queen show, which is perfectly fine. I'm like, cool.
No, it's fine.
Watch,
it doesn't sound intriguing to me.
It had its moments. There was some chuckles and some, but even the zombie makeup in this, I was like, you're George A. Romero's daughter, and this is the best zombie makeup that, like, you accepted this zombie makeup.
I mean, to be fair, she's only half of his genetics.
Right, but she could have found a better makeup artist to create the zombies a little bit.
True.
Let's look. Like, I'll just go ahead and rate it. I'd give it a 2.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate. And then, since we're talking Frankenstein, I revisited one that I know I love, and I realized that I love it even more than I realized. Victor Frankenstein.
I almost watched that one this week too. Like it was one of those that
Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy, baby.
Right. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and I almost put it on the other night and was like, no, I need to go to sleep. And if I put that on, I'm not going to sleep for another couple hours.
Yeah, I rewatched that, and I like it even more than the first few times that I watched it.
Yeah.
So good. Both performances are so good. Daniel Radcliffe, like, I'm so glad he's still a working actor and stuff like that, because, a lot of those child stars fucking disappear.
Well, whenever he did,
and he's taken on some random ass roles too throughout.
Well, like what's that like McKimbe one or whatever? He's like all strung
Oh yeah, Guns Akimbo.
Yeah.
And then he did Horns, which is a weird horror film. He does a lot of horror movies, which awesome.
He did what? Didn't he do one of the the Last House on the Left or something?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Unless I missed that one. He did a movie called Swiss Army Man where he's dead the whole time. He's a dead body the whole time, and he still crushed his performance in that fucking movie. So, mad respect to Daniel Radcliffe, and of course James McAvoy. He always crushes any roles.
Oh yeah. Well, and we can't forget that Daniel Radcliffe was Weird Al Yankovic. So.
Yeah, and he crushed
Yankovic. I'm sorry. I still I told you in that episode. Yeah. I always say Yankovic.
No, it's fine. But my favorite portrayal of Victor Frankenstein. I've seen so many iterations of Frankenstein. I'm a massive Frankenstein guy. So I've seen many different versions of Victor Frankenstein.
Right.
And James McAvoy is my favorite because the way I look at Victor Frankenstein, the character himself, he makes you have a hard time, like, either supporting him or going against him. Like, is he a villain or is he an antagonist or a protagonist? Like,
well, and I feel like that's because he's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde person.
He's a mad scientist, and he means well, but then he gets mad, and then it's yeah. And James McAvoy crushed it in this fucking movie. So yeah, it's a movie that I hate that just kind of it was released. It did decent in the box office, but then just kind of faded away in the dust.
Well, it's one that we own on Vudu, so can't be that.
I wish people would give us more love. My only complaint on that movie is the monster himself. It was just like this weird big brute fucking monster that wasn't the kind of Frankenstein monster that I loved, where he's confused and just trying to be a part of life. He's just misunderstood,
Right.
And then I did 2 more. I watched Wicked, and then I watched Wicked for Good just tonight.
Say, hold on, there you go. You gotta show off the shirt.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing the shirt right now, because just tonight I went and watched the new Wicked for Good.
So, give me without spoilers, how did you feel about that movie? Because my family and I are planning to go watch it next week. It'll be after the show next week, but we're planning to go watch it next Saturday.
I'm still processing what I just watched tonight.
Fair enough.
I mean, I did really enjoy it, and I really like both of these. Wicked Part 1 and
is Part your 2. Overall feeling of musicals in general changing after loving Wicked and Wicked for Good?
Absolutely. Especially after just tonight, my feelings started changing towards musicals, because this is the first musical that I've watched to where I wanted them to break into song just so I can understand more of what was going on. I understand musicals now. The story is in the songs.
Usually that's how a musical works.
Yeah, I never thought. No, I just pay attention to the in between parts. Usually, I'm like, oh, this song's fucking.
Don't worry. I still have a plan for a musical episode, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to go new age or originals.
Spoiler: if I ever do a musical episode, it's going to be a Trey Parker musical episode, which will be
Okay.
Team America, and Cannibal and Music.
I love both of those movies, so because we could go old school like Bye Bye Birdie type of musicals,
or like The Sound of Music or some shit.
Well, those are old, but those are very, very popular. Bye Bye Birdie is not. It's not so popular.
Yeah, as I say, I didn't. Yeah, I have no idea what
Or
that
Guys
was.
and Dolls.
No idea.
Great movie. Great musicals.
I mean, none of them will top Reap, but yeah. Yeah, everyone has AIDS. AIDS.
That's Team America talking about Rent.
Yeah, I know. That's as far as Rent as I go, and I can never remember the number of that song in Rent.
525,600 minutes.
See, I know. I just had to bring it up, and you clarify. Do you remember the Office number?
Oh God, no. It's whatever 15. Like they actually sat down and did the math. Is all I can tell you.
Mm-hmm. And it worked out in a little rhyme there. But yeah, and then I watched the movies that we're discussing tonight. So
all right,
my recent watch.
Well, my recent watch list this week is a little shorter. I had intents to watch a lot more. I just didn't. So since we were watching Frankenstein, I was going before we watched either one of them. I was scrolling through. I think it was Netflix that had because Netflix had the new Frankenstein that we watched, and I saw a little short film that intrigued the hell out of me. It was called Frankenstein's Monster Frankenstein.
That was on Netflix?
Yeah. So let me say that one more time. Frankenstein's Monster Frankenstein.
Okay.
So it starred David Harbour.
Haven't even heard. David Harbour's in this bitch?
Yeah, I'd never heard of it either. So David Harbour's in it. It's like a mockumentary.
How'd you come across this? Did you just type in Frankenstein and then it popped? Okay.
It did. So like random complete like I was like, you know what? It's 30 minutes long. I'll watch this. so it's David Harbour. He literally it's David Harbour. His dad was a famous actor, so it's a mockumentary about him trying to figure out all it.
Okay.
I want you to watch it. I'll tell you.
Oh, I'm definitely intrigued, and it involves Frankenstein, so I'm definitely down.
I will tell you that I wasn't impressed by it, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll just try to tell everybody, if it's some kind of iteration of Frankenstein, I am down to watch. So if there's any recommendations out there for people that want to suggest, I will watch it. I probably.
It's literally a 30, maybe 32-minute movie. So I don't even know if you can call it a movie at that point. I will tell you, it felt like an hour long.
Oh, so it was a slow burn even for 30 minutes.
It's a little slow, but it was. I'm glad I watched it. I enjoyed it.
Especially if it's only 30 minutes, give it a shot,
Right. I mean, 30 minutes, you may watch something for 30 minutes and be like, I can never get that 30 minutes back. But guess what? I've done a lot of things I can't get that 30 minutes back for.
Mm-hmm.
So then after that, I watched the two that we're going to talk about tonight. And after we watched those, I was like, you know what? I'm still in a Frankenstein mood. I watched Young Frankenstein. Mel Brooks, which I did also. So, not to impede on what we're going to talk about later, but both of the ones we watched for this week were based on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I did not ever realize that. I didn't know until this watch. I didn't realize that Young Frankenstein says that it was obviously loosely based on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm. It was more of a spinoff of the 1931 Frankenstein.
I will tell you at the beginning of that movie, it says based on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein novel.
Right. Lose the base, just like the old school ones, like Frankenstein
Right.
and Bride of Frankenstein, which we kind of learned in these two movies that we're talking about tonight. They're it's one and the same
Right.
story because they kind of bring up the bride in both of these
Mm-hmm.
two.
And spoiler alert: the bride dies in both.
Random little sidetrack. Have you seen the trailer for the next Frankenstein iteration? Or Bride of Frankenstein? It's called The Bride. It
I
is
have
directed
not.
by Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's
Okay.
like her director.
Well, we may have to pull that up and give it a watch here in a minute.
It's and the monster in this one is Christian Bale.
Ooh, I bet Christian Bale is such a great actor. Like
he commits, and
like
he always crushes it. Usually, I don't like his Batman, but
I have seen some of the roles he's played. Like the roles he plays, he does so many different
his role in The Fighter, he impressed me in that one because he lost all that fucking weight.
Right.
That dude has to be one of the healthiest people in fucking Hollywood. The way he fluctuates his weight all the time for roles.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ripped in Batman, skinny meth head, and fucking yeah.
So my last watch this week outside of R2 was again one that I put on to go to sleep to, and it'd been too long since I'd seen it, and I did not fall asleep, and that is Dante's Peak.
I love that movie.
I love that movie as well.
I do.
The Skinny Dippers,
Chris Brosnan, Lindy Hamilton. Yeah, let's go. Oh, man. Every time I hear Dante's Peak, the one scene I think of is the fucking grandma sacrificing herself.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, that's always the very first scene that pops in my head when I hear Dante's Peak.
So sad.
I'm like, oh, bless that grandmother. I don't care if I'm 99 years old. I'm not sacrificing myself like that. I'm not doing it.
I would for my offspring.
Okay. It depends on who's involved, which would just be, my offspring. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. You're all on your own.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for you, but I would do it for Luke or Emma or Abby.
I love you to death, Colonel, but I'm never, ever, ever going to sacrifice myself for you ever.
I love you to
never
death,
take a bullet
but
for you.
If there's a bear chasing us, I'm going to push you down and I'm going to keep running.
Oh, it's like that, huh? Yeah, we're going to start trooping each other as we run. Hopefully they're not the fast-running zombies.
Right.
Then we're both fucked if they're the fast-running zombies, honestly.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. If there's a zombie apocalypse, you and I are not going to be the Will Smith. And
we're not going to be the sole survivors, just us.
Or in Dawn of the Dead, we're not going to be in the mall in Dawn of the Dead. We're going to be one of the people that they're sniping because we look like a famous person.
Yeah. There's Devin Sawa.
You get shot before I do.
Who the fuck do you look like? There's got to be somebody that you look. Let's zombify you, and then who would be?
Zombification.
And then when you're zombified, you look like a certain celebrity. Who the fuck would that be?
Johnny Cash.
Grizzly Adams. Not Johnny Cash, just because you're distantly related to him.
Very well, and he's like my fourth or fifth. I'm 95% sure that I was told he was my fourth cousin.
Fourth cousin is very long. You know that. Right?
Oh yes. So my grandpa's cousin was Johnny Cash's cousin, I think is how it worked.
Nice. I haven't discovered if I'm related to these celebrities or not.
Might have been my grandpa's sister-in-law. It was either my grandpa's sister-in-law or my grandpa's cousin. It had to have been his sister-in-law.
That makes me want to ask you, did you like Dewey Cox?
I haven't seen Dewey Cox.
You haven't?
But I did love Walk the Line.
Then you got to watch Dewey Cox, man.
Oh, I'm sure I will love Dewey Cox. I know the story. I know the parody.
I assume that you've seen that because it's right up your fucking alley, dude. Because I know you like John C. Reilly.
I do.
Hilarious.
And
And
he plays
it's a
Johnny
parody. Cash. It's a parody of
Walk the Line,
Johnny Cash. Yeah. So, God damn it, Colonel.
I'm blowing your mind.
You never cease to amaze me, yeah, because there will be random movies where I assume that you haven't seen. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen that. And there's ones that I've seen that you have seen. And you're like, nope, didn't even hear of that one before. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, it's usually not that I haven't heard of it. It's just that I haven't seen it.
Like sometimes I'll bring up and I'll just
like Napoleon Dynamite. I know exactly what it is. It never intrigued me. And I've told by many, many people that it's right up my alley.
You've never watched Napoleon Dynamite?
Nope.
Come on.
Like I get it. Like he calls the llama a fat lard, but
that's
Pedro for president.
There's more to the movie than just calling a fucking llama a fucking fat lard.
All right, let's move on outside of this.
Well, let's rate our beers.
Okay. I think I already. Oh, I didn't yet. I'm going to right now. Oh, I guess I.
Yeah, you were wrong. Mine's a fucking 5, dude. That was delicious.
All right. Well, mine I wasn't wrong either. It's gonna be sub 3. It's gonna be a 2. Like
a T.
It got better.
Unbearable.
It got better as I got into it and the hops started settling in, but it was still one of the hoppiest beers I've ever had that was only 5.7%.
That's true. Yeah, it wasn't like heavy on the alcohol and stuff like that. That was just
like typically when it's super hoppy, the alcohol percent's closer to 10.
High content, yeah. Damn, that's brutal. Only 5.7, yeah. Dude.
But hey,
okay.
It was Igor. So
Igor, you son of a bitch. Oh yeah, Victor Frankenstein and Danny Radcliffe was Igor.
Yep.
Well, not the original Igor. He replaced a different Igor. They completely changed the storyline in that movie, but I still loved it.
I put our scores in the wrong spot. Continue. It'll be fine. Because it's Excel, I can cut and paste very quickly. So which one of the movies would you like to discuss first? And do we need to take another minor break before we do?
I'll tell you after we take a break.
We'll be right back. All right.
Ooh. We are back!
Oh, looky there.
I don't know why I yelled like that, but we are back!
I mean, you're inside. You don't need to yell.
Inside voices.
I always like to tell Emma to use her Ewok voice. And she's like, what are you talking about? Because you use your indoor voice.
Yeah, that's going to go way over her head until she's 30.
I know.
She's going to figure it out.
For those of you on the stream that are trying to figure out what the hell I'm talking about, the Ewoks live on the planet Endor in Star Wars. Spelled differently. It's Endor. Okay, move on.
Thank you, Wars nerd.
Wars, bro.
Wars, bro. Which for the longest time, yeah, a little sidetrack. Fanboys. I didn't realize that was Roy from Office for the longest time.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect character for him to play.
I know. Guys, what if it sucks?
We are sticking G.I. Joes up your butt. Anyways, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Motherfucker.
Frankenstein.
It's like calling me Andy. I'd hate to hear Frankenstein.
So what biopic are we talking about next?
Oh my God. Colonel.
Hold on. I got a few more that we might be able to see your brain explode online.
Yeah, he's got a metaphorical fucking cattle prod and he keeps fucking cha-chaing.
Don't stop.
No, that's too obvious, man. That's too obvious. Deeper dive.
A fan.
Anyways. We're going to go ahead and get The 1994 Mary Shelley's
So
Frankenstein.
we'll go chronologically. All right, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I own this movie, and this is only the second time watch for me. I don't
Okay.
even know why I own. I think it's just because when okay. Oh, now it's coming to me. I know exactly why I own it.
Ding.
Because when I first fell in love with the Frankenstein story, which is around the time I got in the horror community, it's like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
I was like, and there was a whole debate on Universal Monsters, who's your favorite, stuff like that. So I bought that box set and I fucking binge watched through them all. Like Frankenstein is 110% my favorite out of the Universal Monsters. So I did a deep dive into Frankenstein. And me being a completionist that I am, I was like, I'm just gonna buy everything Frankenstein that I can, afford. And that was like a $5 movie, so I couldn't buy that one.
Oh yeah.
And I just wanted to add to my Frankenstein collection, which I randomly have this thing, just a little side that's always sitting next. I bought this like 9 years ago. It was Frankenstein's monster. It's him in front of the fucking. Can't believe the batteries still work because, like I said, this thing is 9 years old. You got a little
awesome.
Frankenstein. You got the windmill or whatever you fucking call that.
Hell yeah.
It's one of those pieces that I've always held on to. I've always loved. And then this shout out to Anissa. She does all the Frankenstein, so she gave me this little piece. It's fun, good stuff. Frankenstein. She brought it to Texas Frightmare 1 year because she knows I love Frankenstein. And then she was, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. So it's always going to be on display. And then I had random different fucking Frankenstein merch right here because, I did fall in love with the Frankenstein story. I think that's a very interesting story of creating a creature, and then the creature turns out to be misunderstood, a little confused, and stuff like that.
He just wants to. He's just trying. He's basically like an infant trying to learn.
So if anybody ever says Frankenstein's monster is a villain, no. Depends on which iteration you watch. Like I said, Victor Frankenstein, he was a villain in that one. He was a villain in Van Helsing. I don't like those versions just because they don't understand the story of Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
And I'm also one of those douches to where if you say Frankenstein, and when you say Frankenstein, you say that's the monster. I'm like, no, Frankenstein was the doctor.
Right.
The monster. Frankenstein's monster.
Did I haven't read the book. Do you know if they ever actually named the monster?
He never got named.
Okay.
Mary Shelley wrote this in 1816?
1818, I think. One of those two. One like right in that.
I've seen both of those too. I've seen one that says 1816, 1818 because I've always done my little research on Frankenstein over the years. And I've seen both of and you can go ahead and look it up and it'll say one, but then if you look at another fucking like historian, they'll say the other. So it's either one of those.
Well, then I'm going to look it up on Goodreads because Goodreads will have the actual release date.
Oh, is that like a book thing?
It's like a book. It's like IMDb for books.
Ah, nice. Well, either 1816 or 1818. She wrote this when she was 18 herself, which is very impressive. And when it's in the early 18th century or whatever the fuck you want to call it, when women weren't not appreciated and stuff like that, that's another thing that makes it very impressive that she wrote this literally this timeless classic. Because here we are again in 2025, still talking Frankenstein.
Well, I think we might have been both wrong.
What does that say?
It says 1831.
Well, either way, I'm just gonna go with 1818. I'm going.
Right, we'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, I also wanted to bring up Mary Shelley too, because I mean she was an author in 1818 or whatever, and apparently the rumor is that she was married, and when her husband died, she kept her husband's heart in a box. That just kind of tells you how demented the Mary Shelley was.
She probably put it on her wish to bring him back to life.
And there was a silent film version of Frankenstein that I've never seen, or I really don't know if anybody's ever seen, but
Okay.
I'm kind of going ADHD here with, with my thought process
All right.
here.
It's all right.
But I love Frankenstein. I love the story. But yeah, 1994 that we got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. The reason why they put Mary Shelley in the title because they're like, we're actually going to be like one of the first iterations to actually go off the book.
Right. Like because while the original Universal Monsters was loosely based on the book, it still took a lot of liberties. And Mary Shelley's Frankenstein in '94, they tried to keep it true to the book.
Mm-hmm. I remember, like in the 1930s, it was hard to do a film version like with the ship, and
you're just trying to get people to watch it. You don't care if it completely follows the book. You just want people. You want to put something out there you think people will watch.
Right. Well, and then the production too. It's hard to get a giant ship and do all that nonsense.
Right.
But with this 1994 iteration with Robert De Niro as the monster, people often forget that he played Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
Which I'll start off with that. I mean, because like, okay, I'm just assuming anybody that's watching, they're familiar with Frankenstein's story. It's a very familiar story that everybody recognizes. What did you think of Robert De Niro's iteration of the monster?
I thought he played it okay.
He started out strong when he was like curious before he went all fucking mad and angry. Like when he's the mystery farm.
Right. He's the spirit of the forest.
Spirit of the forest. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the spirit of the forest. Yeah. Robert De Niro is one of the greatest actors of all time, but I don't think he ever should have been Frankenstein's monster.
I feel like he would have been a better role for Victor Frankenstein than Frankenstein's monster.
Exactly.
But
the guy that played Victor in this one, he's rough.
Branagh, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Knob, blah, blah, whatever.
He also directed the movie, so like you knew he was getting the lead role.
Yeah, he's one of those douches. Where he just goes in and casts himself as the lead role instead of casting somebody that's going to be a lot better, a lot more memorable. Because this is in '94. There's a lot of bangers coming out in '94. '94 was a big boom in movies.
Like you could have had Robert De Niro, you could have had Al Pacino, you could have had Tom Cruise, you could have had like Brad Pitt, like so many people that could have played that role better than Branagh did.
Well, and even the competition movie-wise, like what they were going against on movies that were released in '94, like good luck. And so that's why I was thinking like that this movie kind of went under the radar with a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the reasons I never saw it because like it was Frankenstein. So I like at that time in my life, I wasn't going to get a chance to watch it. But
do you remember your very first iteration of Frankenstein movie? Like what was your first Frankenstein introduction? Do you remember?
I would have to think on that. I don't. It doesn't jump to the top of my brain.
But the thing is, Frankenstein is one of those most recognizable names ever. Like everybody knows the name Frankenstein.
It'd probably be Lurch from the Munsters.
Because he was their weird version of Frankenstein.
He was like they literally tried to make him Frankenstein, even though he wasn't.
Right. Love that guy, by the way. I'm so bad that I didn't meet him at Texas Frightmare.
Oh, I'm still pissed at myself for not doing that because Lurch from the Munsters was at Frightmare. It was, I think, my first year that I was there, and he almost never had a line, and I just never went up and did it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too, is your first experience, so you were just taking it in and didn't realize, like, hey, man, that would have been somebody cool to fucking get.
The thing that chaps my ass about it is, like, he looked deathly when he was there, so I don't even know if he's alive anymore.
I know, yeah. We missed an opportunity there. Yeah, I regret it, too. That guy's fucking awesome. And from the friends that I know that have met him, they're like he was an absolute fucking sweetheart, a
Yeah.
gentle giant, as
Yeah.
we always hear from people. But yeah, with this iteration of '94, this was my second time watching this movie. First time, I don't remember when, but I do remember. I just remember Robert De Niro and his stitched face.
Yeah.
Which the makeup on this one, I think that's why it kind of turned me off because I'm just so used to the flat top Boris Karloff Frankenstein. So anytime I
Right.
see him Frankenstein's monster looking different, I immediately fucking eject it. Now, modern day, I accept the different iterations of
Right.
Frankenstein as long as it makes sense. Because you're never going to top that Boris Karloff
Oh no.
look.
And even if you tried to make him look the
Even,
same, you're never gonna.
even when they put that same makeup on Bela Lugosi and Glenn Strange during their run, because Boris Karloff only did it 3 times, and after that, he's like, I don't want to be typecasted. So Boris Karloff did do another Frankenstein movie, House of Frankenstein, but he
Yeah.
wasn't Frankenstein. He was a different character.
Okay.
And then Glenn Strange, the same makeup, but their performance of that Boris Karloff Frankenstein just didn't work because it wasn't Boris Karloff that did it. Basically, what I'm saying is that there will never be a better Boris Karloff Frankenstein, both makeup and the actor.
Right.
That'll ever perform it better. That's always going to be top dog. It's always going to be top dog. So that's why every time we see a Frankenstein's monster, I always ask people, like, what'd you think of this iteration? What'd you think?
Yeah. Because it's always a new iteration because everybody tries to put their own look on it.
Mm-hmm. And I want them to do a good job. They're never going to do a better job, but I always want them to do a good job. But anyways, yeah. See, this is the downfall of us talking Frankenstein because I can go on and on about Frankenstein.
There's no downfall to it, but like, is there anything that jumped out at you in the '94 version that you liked or B didn't like? Outside of
for the majority of this '94 version, it felt like a made-for-TV movie.
I could see that.
Like it just kind of felt like I don't know how these even got a theatrical release.
Well, the thing that kind of bugged me in the '94 version, literally was whenever it was near the beginning when they were doing the dancing and stuff, and you got Helena Bonham Carter and you got
Helena Bonham Carter. She saved this movie for me.
Well, you got the two of them sitting there like they're dancing, and you got Branagh sitting there like, oh, happy-go-lucky, and it's like, and then they're sitting there talking about how brother and sister now man and wife, and I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that was something I looked up because in the original book he does he marries his cousin,
right?
In the original book. And then they re-released the book and changed it from his cousin to adopted sister. I'm like, that really doesn't make it better. I'm like, I know that makes them not blood related, but that's still really
right. But like they grew up thinking they were brother and sister, so like that doesn't make.
And all of a sudden they're smashing. Yeah, yeah. And I forgot Helen Bonham Carter was in this movie. And
it felt weird seeing her not playing what I'll call like gothic character. Like,
and this is a gothic story,
right? But she literally did not like. It was weird seeing her not wearing black and.
Right. Still look good. She still look good even when she transformed into the bride here at the end.
She always looks good.
Good old Helena Bonham Carter. She's a good one. Tim Burton lucked out marrying her.
Yeah.
Good job. Even though the only time I hate Helena Bonham Carter is in the Harry Potter movies.
Because she's evil?
She's not like super evil. Go fuck yourself. Like I fucking hate her in fucking Harry Potter. I couldn't wait to watch her die.
Then she plays her role correctly in Harry Potter because that is a very evil character.
Yeah, there's only like okay. I've watched the Harry Potter. I need to watch them again just to get more inclusive and like when you geek out about Harry Potter.
Oh man, you're never gonna get inclusive enough unless you read the books multiple times.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, we can go ahead and kiss that goodbye. But there's only two characters that really like sucked me in emotionally in Harry Potter, which is Helena Bonham Carter and Dobby. Those are the only two characters that ever sucked me.
I will tell you that when Dobby died, I was like, "Oh my god, what?"
Yeah, 20 plus years later, when I finally watched the Harry Potter series, I did not know that Dobby was going to die. And I was talking with a friend of mine who she's a big Harry Potter fan. And I was like, I fucking love Dobby. She's like, just wait. I was like, what do you mean, just wait?
Good on that friend for not spoiling it.
She didn't spoil it, but when I said I love Dobby, she was like, okay.
I will say that the two characters in the Harry Potter series that didn't need to die that tugged my heartstrings were Dobby and Hedwig.
Dobby didn't need to die.
Neither did Hedwig.
Yeah.
And they both sacrificed themselves.
Anyways, back to Helena Bonham Carter, though, in this one.
So you get me off on Harry Potter, I'll fucking go all day.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter, though, was the highlight of this movie for me. Not even Robert Downey Jr., not even Bobby D. Good old Bobby D is what I like to call him. Because he's Robert De Niro, Bobby D.
Right, like it threw me off for a minute. I was like, Bobby D? Oh, Robert De Niro. Okay.
Yeah, good old Bobby D. Literally one of the greatest actors of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And we all go straight to like mafia movies when we think Robert De Niro and stuff like that. We forget that he does roles like Frankenstein's monster and even the comedic roles in his older days, which he's fucking hilarious in his comedic roles. I think he's fucking fantastic.
He's just good.
A little sidetrack. Who do you think's better, Robert De Niro or Al Pacino?
I'd go with De Niro.
You think so? I'm a Pacino guy.
Pacino's good, but like it feels like you know that when Pacino's in a movie, he's gonna have a monologue at some point.
Right.
Where he's just going off and ranting and I don't know. Like I've always liked De Niro better than Pacino, but I do like I think I like more of Pacino's movies more than I do De Niro's movies. So like it's like a catch-22.
I got you. You like De Niro's performances better, but you like more of Al Pacino's movies.
Right.
Type of thing. Okay. I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're dropping. Which, if Al Pacino was the Munchkins movie, I fucking would never forgive him because there's no way Al Pacino would ever be a good fucking Frankenstein's monster.
He wouldn't.
No. Unless he's doing a bunch of coke, then
he is pretty good at twitching, so like he.
But yeah, I mean this Mary Shelley's Frankenstein from '94. It's there was nothing like even filmmaking that stuck out for me. Like it just felt very generic. Like I don't know who directed this, but it just
the guy that played Victor Frankenstein directed it.
Yeah, he's not good. He's not good. That's why he's not a good director name these days.
Hold on, let me. It's bugging me that I can't think of his first name right now.
I know. I had it in my head too.
I'm gonna I've got Letterboxd pulled up, so I'm just gonna look at the list of actors. It's gonna be the main actor.
That's the thing. That's my Kenneth. Yeah, that guy. Because there was only two actors that stood out to me, which was Robert De Niro and Helena Bonham Carter.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched it this time, like since I knew we were going to talk about it, I was focusing on the performances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You had the guy from The Fifth Element, the priest from The Fifth Element. He was in this fucking thing. I'm like, hey, that's that guy. But he was very dry. He was very dry in this movie. I didn't care for it. I almost want to apologize for picking this instead of one of the other Frankenstein
Hold on.
iterations.
I'm trying to remember now because it's been a few days. Was it this one or was it the new one that Argus Filch was the old blind man?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
The okay, I'll look it up. Don't worry.
August Felch. That sounds
Argus,
like a weird.
Argus Filch is the character name in Harry Potter. He's the one that has.
Oh, see? Okay. Well, I'm guessing it'd be the newer one.
I think it's the new one.
Because if it's somebody that was in the Harry Potter movies.
Well, he's an old guy in the Harry Potter movies too, though.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna find that character and I'm gonna find that person and I'm gonna IMDb right now while you go ahead and continue.
No, while you do that, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
And we are right. Oh, extreme close up.
So I did find out. Luckily, he was from the new one because I went and found him, and then I literally didn't even have to scroll through his movies because '94 would have been a long way back in his movies.
What was the, what actor was that?
You would ask that. Hold on.
You literally just
David Bradley.
Okay.
So yeah, he was the old man in the new one.
I just watched last week's episode, and me and you have a problem of only talking the negatives that we see in movies, no matter how much we liked or disliked it. I'm trying to think of something positive that I want to say about this movie. I did like I said, I like Robert De Niro when he's first going into the world. And,
that's a fair critique. I think.
But then when he gets like all angry and stuff like that, he goes way overboard with his anger, and then he all of a sudden turns into the villain. Like you don't even support him anymore in this movie.
Right. So back to your earlier statement, though. Are we trying to critique these movies, or are we trying to because we're critiquing them? Almost the definition of critique is pointing out the things that you think they could have done better.
Right, which I mean we do a lot, anyways.
But like if we just want to be pumpers or pump them up, that's fine. We can do that too.
Oh, we're definitely not going to be movie snobs. We're just gonna say how we feel about these movies as we talk about them.
I mean, last week's episode, I'm trying to remember what did we do last week? Chainsaw, so. I think we talked. Yes, we. If you think about it, the things that stick most in your mind are the things you don't like. You could like something 100 times and you don't like it once. That's what you remember that one time.
Well, for the first time in a long time, I revisited one of our episodes, which was this last episode. I was like, hey, I like what we say. I'm always afraid to watch because I'm like, man, I'm gonna spew some stupid shit. Because I'm
not afraid to watch. I just haven't had time to. Like, I'm probably a month and a half behind right now.
I'm very self-conscious, because I always forget what the fuck I talked about, and after we end recording.
Welcome to beer.
And then I never go back and watch. Yeah, welcome to beer. And then that's always been my problem too. Like I don't know what I said until I see the fucking replay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with this one, though, another thing though, like, okay, Helen Bonham Carter's performance, Robert De Niro, halfway. Makeup, no, I didn't care for the stitchings.
Well, I will tell you that one of the things I liked is that after you brought up that they made three movies or so in the Universal Monsters about this one storyline, I'm glad it was one movie. I'm glad it was not. I'm glad they didn't try to break it up into a trilogy like they did with The Hobbit, which I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I love when they're broken up into a trilogy to keep it true to the book. But if you're gonna do that and you leave out Tom Bombadil, fuck you.
So have you watched? You've watched Bride of Frankenstein. I'm pretty sure I made you watch that.
I'm
The
sure
original.
I've
But
so
you didn't watch like
you know that.
Sun or
Hold
House.
on. You know that big box of Universal movies that
Mm-hmm.
we all were raving about, what, like 5 years ago?
Yeah,
I bought that and I watched every one of them.
Did you?
Don't ask me to regurgitate anything about any of them, but I did watch them all.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, yeah.
Because it's got like
Right here.
it's like 60 movies, and when I bought it, I was like, oh, because each one of those, it looks like it's about what, 7 discs, but there's like 4 to 5 movies on each of those.
Oh yeah. There's a shit ton of movies.
So
That was
but
one of
like
the very first things that made you purchase when you were getting into the horror community.
and I'm
like,
glad I
get the-
did, because
get the-
I am super happy to have that
Excellent.
box set, because that was the first time they'd all been put into a box set, if I remember correctly.
my thing with the old black and white movies, like I have a hard time watching them until they, because I have no problem with black and white movies, but they're still so like grainy and very
And
like
the other
pale
thing
and
that I
white.
bought, like literally within a week of buying that, was it the Bela Lugosi's Phantom of the Opera that's not in that set?
Yeah, the
I
good
bought that
Phantom
on
Opera is not in this set. Yeah,
I bought that on Blu-ray.
nice. And that's the thing with Blu-ray. Like I know there's a lot of VHS heads out there and stuff like that, but no, I want clarity, especially with the old school black and whites.
Mm-hmm.
Once they started upscaling those, I've been revisiting them. Like I revisited 12 Angry Men. Amazing fucking
Well,
movie.
and the Bela Lugosi one, I believe it was the silent film, right?
Yeah, I think that was before he became Dracula. Yeah.
Bela Lugosi. I might have to go out and get it now, because like everybody was all raving about it, like, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to get. And I'm like, well, I just bought it.
Well, one of the hot debates I always have with our boy Farmer is who's better, Bela Lugosi or Boris Karloff? Me and him fucking clash over that. Boris Karloff all day, baby, all day.
I'm 90% sure it was the Bela Lugosi Phantom of the Opera, not Frankenstein. So let's get back to Frankenstein.
Yes. Let's conclude this 94 military Frankenstein.
Okay.
I can see why it doesn't, like, nobody even mentions it when they talk Frankenstein. Like people bring up like the parodies of Frankenstein over the years and stuff like that more before they even bring up this fucking movie.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying not to interrupt while you give your review.
No, I'm just saying, like I should have picked a different one. This one,
I'm glad you picked this one.
Yeah, it needs to be watched, and it's one of the very few movies that does kind of stay true to the book. But I also don't give a fuck if they stay true to the book or not, because I don't read those. I did read.
Let's be honest, you're not going to know if it
Frankenstein.
stays true to the book or not.
Exactly. I'm worried about just being entertained. I don't care. The Outsiders ruined that for me. Book 2 movies. I'm like, I don't want to read any books that are movies. I'd rather just watch movies.
Oh, don't worry. Like, I could pick. Literally, I have 2 movies on my mind right now that I could pick and tell you that movies, great, but they're awful because they do not tie to the storyline. Like they take the storyline and take your final point and find their own way to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I mean, I'll read books, but I'll only read a book if I know it's not going to be a movie. then I'll enjoy it, because I'm a movie guy. I prefer watching the movies over books.
Fair
I
enough.
want to see their iterations of it, and I don't want to see what they cut out from the book. And another point is that because they did It Chapter 2, which was 3 hours long, and they really tried to stick with the book as much as they could without going NC-17.
Right. Right.
But that shit was boring as fuck. It Chapter 2, I didn't care for it.
I enjoyed it, Chapter 2 still. And I haven't even read the book.
Did you? I went and watched theater. I literally watched half the fucking audience fucking leave.
That's because people are stupid.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of agreeing with them though, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna sit here and watch it. Like it did not need to be. The Chapter 2 did not need to be a 3.5 hour fucking movie. It did not.
The problem that you run into with movies is if you're going to be going to watch a 3+ hour movie, probably even a 2.5+ hour movie, you've got to be invested in what you're watching. And a lot of times people just go watch the movie and they're like, a lot of people just don't plan to be invested in the movie. They just go to watch the movie. And those kind of people will get up and leave.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a firm believer, like, as good as the book can be, if you translate that to film, no matter who directed it or whatever, it's just not going to translate right.
And I'm also a firm believer that if you want to translate the book into an actual, like, to be the book, it should be a TV show, not a movie. Because a TV show, you could put one season out and have it be 20 hours long if you want it to be.
Which I can't wait for the Harry Potter series to come out so I can hear your opinion. Since it's a series now, they're going to include a lot more that you want to see.
I will give my opinion. Because my opinion of the movies, the first movie was one of the best book adaptations I've ever seen in my life. And every movie after that got worse.
Fair enough. All right. Well, with this,
go ahead and rank this thing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and rank this thing
before we delve down too many more rabbit holes.
Yeah. Like I said, this is my second visit in this one. This is going to be a Blu-ray that just rots on my shelf, which I didn't even pay for. I think it came in like one of those mystery boxes or something like that I got the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Which I was happy to get because I want to own everything and anything Frankenstein, but this movie's not good. It's one of the worst. I don't even say adaptations because I don't want to compare to the books, but it's just one of the worst versions of the Frankenstein story that I just didn't care for. The filmmaking. I thought the filmmaking was shit.
Okay.
This could have been a very good movie. You had Robert De Niro, you had Helena Bonham Carter. You could have made a fucking great movie.
Mm-hmm.
And those two are the only reasons why it was even watchable. But then even Robert De Niro, when he started getting more angry and wanted to kill Victor Frankenstein and wanted a companion,
yeah,
like, nah, you're not selling me here, Robert De Niro. You're a little too pissed off, and you're a villain, and you need to die. I'm not supporting you at all right now. So. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and give my rating right now. Do you? Let me look up and give your figures. What do you think I'm going to rate it? Because I watched I watched last week and it was funny. You always landed it just exactly right on what I was going to do. Did you give me the fingers?
I did.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a Faye 4, not a Farmer 4, because I actually watched it. So I'm giving it a Faye 4.
Okay. Well, so this was my first watch on the movie. I've always enjoyed the Frankenstein story. I thought there was a lot of odd things in the movie, but I mean they were trying to keep close to the book. I got a 6 on this one.
Oh, okay.
It was enjoyable. I would watch it again, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it again.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah.
How many fingers did you hold up when I did my review? Did you really?
Yeah.
You called 4? Fuck off. I'm getting pissed. I almost just want to give Guillermo del Toro a fucking dumpster fire just so I know that you didn't get it right.
You want to give him a click?
Yeah, but I cannot with that. Which
That's funny.
we will go right into.
Funny story. Before you get into that, initially I held up a 5, and then you started talking about your review, and I was like, I went one too high. And then you were like,
shake
I'm gonna look
a little bit.
And then you looked, because I gave the 5 a minute before that, and you started your review. And then I was like, I should have gone 4. And you said, I'm gonna look up, and so you can put your fingers up. I was like, all right. So
This could be a new thing now on this show. When I'm getting a review, I'm gonna look up, and I want you to hold up your fingers. And
we'll see how close I am. And what's
that cracked me up when I revisited last week. You really did nail it.
What's gonna be funny is people are gonna think that you're telling me your reviews before.
I am absolutely.
And you're
not.
right. Like, we
not.
make sure to not even really talk about the movies until we're on here, so that it's like legit conversation about it.
It was funny when that moment happened. I was watching on my screen. My mom was watching. She saw you hold up your hand, and then saw whatever. She's like, "God damn, does Colonel know you that well?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." And you got them both right. So yeah, that's gonna be a new little segment every week.
And this little dialogue here is gonna help people realize that we don't talk about the ratings beforehand, because I was like, I held up the 5 initially, and then I heard you talking about your review, and I was like, oh, I bet it's gonna be a 4.
God damn it. All right. Well, I have my rating set for this next one. Guillermo del Toro's.
Well, I have given my rating.
Shit. Sorry.
No, I've already given.
Angry that.
Sorry. No, I've given mine.
You gave yours. Yes. See, now you're confusing me. Yeah, you already gave me.
Well, this time it's my fault, but we'll be right back.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. We got Dallas Stars and Kansas City Royals, baby.
The Gold Royals from 2015.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
All right, so we reviewed the last movie. We have So after that, we kind of talked off screen for a second, and we have decided that we're going to start a new game. The game is going to be, can Colonel guess Andrew's rating? So as Andrew gives his rating, once he's done giving, before he gives his rating, once he's done giving his review,
every week now, I'm going to look away.
He's going to look up. I'm going to hold my hands up what I think the rating is going to be. And if I guess his rating correctly, Andrew gets 5 drinks.
So let y'all know, he predicts them way too fucking often. Way too fucking often. After a year-long fucking run that we're on here.
If I guess it incorrectly, I get 5 drinks plus what I miss it by. So if I guess 5 and he says 7, I get 7 drinks. If I guess 5 and he says 3, I get 7 drinks. But if I guess 5 and he says 5, he gets 5.
And I promise I'll always be honest with my fucking
well, and that's why you look up. You can't see what I'm gonna say. I like that. Like, I feel like
it also makes me kind of want to, like, when I'm ranting about the movie, I almost kind of want to like throw you off a little bit, like, because like you're ranting about, like, it's like last week it sounded like you thought that. Well, like, oh no, my example is like last week it sounded like, because you had nothing positive to say about the original 2CM, but you still gave it a 5. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's just giving it, but I can't hide my excitement for a movie or my disappointment on a movie.
But I think my rating scale is different than your rating scale. So like,
oh, it definitely is. Yeah, I'm not participating. It's not the other way around, people.
It's just me.
He's only predicting mine.
I'll be honest with you. It's been probably a month or 2 months now that I've been guessing his rating fairly accurately.
Like, yeah, not even like off. Like he's got it right every
And for
fucking
those
time.
of you that want to go back and check, I did hold up my initial thought of his rating of a 5. And as he started rating it, I was like, oh, I think it's going to be a 4. And then he gave me the opportunity to, I'm going to look up and you hold your fingers up. And I gave it the 4.
And that's gonna be the thing. When it's time to rate it, I'm just gonna look away the whole time. So let's say you initially give like a 7. That wasn't a 7 that I just held up, but
It wasn't.
but then as I'm continually going on and Colonel changes his decision, he can hold up another number 2. So whatever the
Whatever.
last thing that he shows
Well, I'm going to refrain from holding a number up until you turn.
Oh, so you're really not even gonna like? So you're not gonna even correct yourself? Like, okay, this
Nope.
is initially
I
gonna
will-
be mine.
When you turn,
Your first thing is gonna be the answer.
the only one that I give from here on out will be the number that I give.
Okay. Damn, now I'm excited for future episodes. Just to see what he
Well, here, since I'm curious what what we've discussed early on about the new Frankenstein that just came out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you turn away? I'm going to give what my initial thought of what I think your rating
before I even say anything about
before
it.
you say anything, and then I will see. Then we can see what the rating will be after you review it, or what I think
So
it's going to be.
you're gonna give one right now, and then
Correct.
you have the ability to change it when I'm about to
Correct.
do my review.
So right. Cool. So like before we talk about it, I think it's going to be
this many. Did you give it?
I did.
Okay.
Now after we talk about it, I will give my final rating here in a minute.
When we're giving our ratings.
When we talk about it, after we talk about it and after I hear your review on it.
Okay. But you will give your review first then, just to
That's
build
fine.
the climax there. But, okay, so Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein that just dropped on Netflix on the 7th of November. It had a small little theatrical run, which is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, kudos to Netflix because it's a Netflix movie, but I love that they still do a theatrical
try to push it out
run
to a theater.
with their movies. Yeah, because keep the theater alive, man. Like you got to keep the theaters fucking alive. Like theaters, not cinema.
Theater.
Theaters.
I guess there is an A in that. Theater.
Did you say teacher? That's another version of it that would be wrong, but still fine. I'm just gonna start saying cinema. Not theater.
Cinema?
I went to the cinema today and watched fucking Wicked. Okay, I went to the cinema.
You went to the theater.
No, I went to the cinemas today because it's a multiplex. I went to the multiplex today.
Oh, you didn't play?
I went to the multiplex.
Anyway, so this new. So I didn't watch a single trailer at all. So I take that back.
You didn't even realize that this was a brand new drop.
I did not. So like I went and watched. I watched the trailer. The trailer didn't really tell me much about it other than that it was Frankenstein. The trailer told me that Oscar Isaac was in it, and I was excited.
So does the name Guillermo del Toro never kind of
no, it did. So
on a little bit.
That also.
I don't know if that you're a fan of Guillermo del Toro at all. With the color of water and stuff.
Oh God, I'm not a fan of Del Toro because I never know how to say his first name, but
Guillermo.
Okay, so I'm not a fan of Guillermo del Toro, but I wouldn't say that I am a fan of Guillermo del Toro.
So you have a list of directors to where if you hear the director name, you're gonna be like, I don't care what they do, I'm gonna watch it. Guillermo del
Here,
Toro is not one of those.
he is in the list of movies that I will like if I see a trailer and it doesn't interest me at all, and I see his name as the director, it will interest
Then
me.
okay.
It will
That's
interest
what
me
I was trying to
because he's the
figure
director.
out. Like Guillermo
Like
del Toro's name will make you go, okay, that should be worth watching no matter what he
correct.
fucking made. Okay.
It's not a name that's going to make me say I need to see this movie, regardless of what it is. It's a name that will, if the trailer didn't really interest me, the
Like
movie
if
will
you
interest
hear
me
his
because he's
name, you know it's gonna at least be well made. It doesn't.
correct.
Okay. It's just kind of quick side topic. What are some modern day directors to where like you hear the name, you're gonna watch it no matter what the subject matter is?
Michael Bay,
Michael Bay, that's my boy.
um,
Action, baby. People shit on Michael
probably
Bay, but anytime Michael Bay's name is attached to it, I'm watching it.
right. Like I know there's going to be explosions.
Right.
Um,
James Cameron used to be one until all of a sudden now he's just all about Avatar the whole time. Like, dude, come on, you're wasting your talent here. You're
Ridley
wasting your
Scott
talent.
is another one.
I know. I'd be surprised if he does another movie.
I agree.
Old.
But that's another one.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Matt Reeves guy. I'm an Edgar Wright guy. That's why I was a little disappointed in The Running Man because Edgar Wright never does anything wrong. This is probably his worst movie, and I still really liked it. So
Fair enough.
Edgar Wright's still a name. Chef's kiss.
Oh, and obviously George Lucas.
When was the last time he's directed a movie? He fucking got his multi-billion-dollar deal with Disney. So why
he directed episode 1?
Oh, episode 1 of what?
I'm not going to answer that because you're stupid if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, since he sold it to Disney,
I know.
he directed episode 1 of one of the TV shows.
No, he episode never.
He hasn't directed a single Star Wars movie since the prequels.
All right, we will come back to that.
Okay, fair enough. But yes, directors. See, he's an actor. What about I don't know. I feel like that you don't realize who directed some certain films until I bring up the names sometimes. Unless it's in the title. Like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. You obviously know who directed that.
All right, like
Are you a Quentin Tarantino fan? I'll just pitch that right now. Are you a Quentin Tarantino fan? I think
I'm gonna say
overrated.
I'm gonna say overall no.
Had a kid.
Like I watched Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2.
I'm excited for the new cut that he has.
I was not huge on either one of them. Because didn't he do Fear and Loathing?
No, Terry Gilliam did Fear and Loathing.
Okay, but he did Clockwork Orange though. No. Okay.
Quentin Tarantino did like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bills 1, 2, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django Unchained.
Okay. So I don't think that it's his directing. The stories of the movies that he directs don't typically interest me.
I think the person himself, Quentin Tarantino, is a piece of shit. I'm not a fan of him.
No.
I think he's a dickhole.
Oh.
And he has a foot fetish. Any Quentin Tarantino movie you ever watch, there's going to be feet in it because he has a weird foot fetish.
Fair enough. Another director I will always tune into regardless of the movie is Peter Jackson.
See, I'm getting the vibe that you really don't know the modern day directors that constantly like John Kreger's. I think he did Barbarian Weapons.
Don't know that one.
Matt Reeves did Planet of the Rise of the Planet, or yeah, he did. Don't which you haven't seen those anyway.
Yeah,
so
I would
I'm
say
not
you're
gonna
correct
say
on
this.
a lot of the new directors. I don't really know the names of.
Gotcha. Anyways, yeah, but yeah, that was my question on the directors there. But yeah, Guillermo del Toro, though, when you see his name attached to it, whether he's a director or producer or not, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make you go, okay, that might be good because it's Guillermo del
Correct.
Toro. Okay, yeah, that was my point. Okay, I've always been hit and miss with Guillermo del Toro, but every time I see his name attached to it, and the thing with this Frankenstein that he did, this has been his passion project even before he started directing movies. He always
Okay.
wanted to do Frankenstein. That
So
was his number one
another
thing. So
Guillermo del Toro. I don't know if it was directed or produced. I believe it's also on Netflix. I think it's House of Cabinets or something like that. It's like a anthology.
yes, he did that. He
So
directed
like
that.
that's one that I've been very intrigued on watching, but I have not delved into yet.
Yeah, apparently he cut a deal with Netflix, so he's been doing some Netflix stuff, and that's why this Frankenstein iteration was on Netflix
Yeah.
instead of a theatrical release. He did the Adam Sandler route because Adam Sandler sold this all to Netflix, which is fine.
Well, Netflix has to go pay some people to bring content to them
and
because
they're paying huge dollars.
and you
So,
gotta, if you think about it, Netflix has to get their own. It has to continue putting out original content that people don't want to watch because
so you got to
like,
get names
because places like Disney and like all the other places that are selling them rights to sell to let them watch their stuff, people are taking that away to put it on their own streaming platform. So Netflix has to have a big enough library of Netflix originals to.
And you got to have a name to attach to it to get people to watch it.
Right.
Which kudos to Netflix, they have been buying some great actors and directors.
They've been buying out some really good series as well. Like they'll go buy the rights to a series.
Which, in my opinion, fucking sucks, man. It's taken away from the cinema experience at a local theater. But also, I understand, it's cheap for me at my local cinema, but for people to go to actual like a Regal or an AMC or something like that,
No, but it's like
super fucking expensive.
When it comes to Netflix, if they put out enough quality movies that they can get a release to a theater, they're going to get even more money by putting a movie on a theater release and then a Netflix release.
Right.
Like where they have it in the theaters for a month and then drop it on Netflix. That first month, if it's a quality movie, they're going to get some great return out of that, and then they're going to still get their normal monthly fees from everybody.
That's another problem with my issue with theatrical runs these days is that it used to be a movie would come out into the movie theaters and you had to wait 6 to 8 months for it to even become a home release. Now it's
longer than that. It was it used to be like a year before it would be out to watch it at home.
Now it's 1 month later after the theatrical release, depending on
Unless
how
it flops,
big the box office
they
drops.
release it 2 weeks later.
Depends on how big it depends on how big the box office draw is, and all of a sudden people just go ahead and watch it at home and probably pay cheaper because it sounds like $20 for a rental and new release is cheap, but if you're somebody that doesn't go to the movie by yourself, like I do, if you're going with the family and stuff like that, it costs
for
way
you.
more.
For you, it's cheaper to go to the theater to see it. For me, if I go to the theater to see it, I'm taking family, so I'm paying for 3 tickets and for a bunch of concessions. So I am not getting out of the theater
at least
for
paying a bill.
I'm not getting out of the theater for $100.
Yeah.
So if I see it, if it's a movie that we want to see and it drops a day or two later for $30, that is that is a win for me.
I know that sucks. It's taken away from like this new generation that are loving movies, and this new generation is loving movies, but they're watching it from their home. Like, go to the movie theater, please. Keep it quiet.
It brings me back
Go.
to our frustration with, I think it was the Warren at the time, but Regal now. We went to the opening show.
The assigned seating, yeah.
Yeah, the assigned seating is what pisses me off. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it when I'm not going to a midnight showing, but a midnight showing should not be assigned seating. So I don't remember what movie it was, but we were sitting in our spots, and the movie, like the previews were showing up, and like people were like I think the movie had actually started, and you got this usher walking down with somebody trying to find somebody's seats, and I'd taken about it as much as I could because we were sitting there and they were trying to find their seats and they were in the right row and they were looking for numbers. It was like, your numbers are over there. Get the fuck out of my way.
If I would have known or waiting in line for episode 7, Force Awakens, was going to be the end of that era, I would have made waiting in line more extravagant. Like, I would have brought like streamers and shit. Like, let's all celebrate because we're coming to the end of a fucking era here.
Right.
Of us fucking waiting in line, and because that was part of the fun. Like, Force Awakens was amazing, but what it made it even more amazing was waiting in line and meeting new friends.
We sat there for what, 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever it was.
And people think that sounds horrible. No, that was fun.
We legit sat there and bullshitted with people and like met people we never met before and got to bullshit about Star Wars. We all geeked
out and talked about either Star Wars or just even movies in general. It was just fucking fantastic. And then the workers, like there was one worker that was dressed up as Rey from episodes that was like, I want to have her baby.
Well, and one of my favorite ever waiting in line stories is whenever the Lord of the Rings came out. Like, so when Return of the King came out, the Warren did a trilogy marathon where you got to watch the extended version of Fellowship of the Ring, the extended version of Two Towers, and then you got to watch Return of the King. It was like
I'm sure that was fantastic for you.
I think I paid $50 for that ticket.
But you don't regret a fucking dime of it.
Oh, not at all. Because literally, like we were out there, like we got up there at, I want to say we were there at 7 a.m. Up there, might have been before that, but we were up there standing in line. I brought a fucking camp grill, and we had like 15 people with us, and we were standing in line. Well, two of us went out and we were like, hey, it's about time for breakfast. We need some breakfast. All right. So two of us went out to the truck. We lit up the grill. We cooked food for 15 of us. And like we just rotated. And
that excitement doesn't exist anymore.
No, like it's stupid. Those are the kind of things I miss.
And people think like, no, that sounds horrible sitting in the line for some. I'm like, no, that's the most exciting part. Like I wish, like I now thinking of it, that was an Andy from The Office moment when we waited in line for the Force Awakens. Where I wish I knew that was the good old days, so I could have taken.
I wish I knew I was in the good old days before they were gone.
Yeah, because that is forever going to be a moment in my head. Me and you waiting for Force Awakens.
And yes, we were there for a long time, but it didn't feel like we were there for 8 hours or whatever. Like I think we got there.
We didn't hate it. We were talking to people and having a good time.
I feel like we were there. I feel like we got there 4 or 5 hours early.
Mm-hmm. And some people cut in front of us, which is fine. I don't care. But we still got our seats, and we had good seats.
We had good seats. Like the theater's big enough. Like you're gonna be able to find good seats as long as you're there 4 hours early.
Yeah, so that's our rant on movie theaters here. And I wish we could have had this.
Oh, don't get.
I wish we could have had this kind of same experience waiting in line because we knew Guillermo del Toro desperately wanted to do this Frankenstein.
I can rant on movie theater assigned seating for another 2 hours. Let's move on to the. Let's move on to this.
I'm the hugest movie theater advocate ever. And I feel like this could have been the same thing because Guillermo del Toro always wanted to do a Frankenstein movie, and if
this was a very
in
good
a
movie.
different and in a different time period, if it had been during a time where everybody, there would have been a lot of lines for people to watch a midnight showing of Guillermo del Toro's fucking Frankenstein, because there's a massive following for Guillermo del Toro, and when you follow him, you know that his passion project was Frankenstein, and it would have been phenomenal. But yet, no, we got to sit at home and watch it and not experience the excitement for it.
But I still enjoyed the movie a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie.
Me personally, it doesn't matter if I'm watching it from home or in the theater. I am going to enjoy the movie.
Which, yeah, with this Guillermo del Toro version, I didn't realize that the two movies that we're talking about were going to be similar, but it's like Guillermo del Toro did what we saw in the 94 version and then made it so extravagantly better.
So I don't disagree. Like, we were watching the starting of the movie, and we were maybe 2 minutes in, and I turned to my wife, was like, is this a remake of the 94?
No, it's just following along with the book. It's what
right.
It is, yeah. Which they did that opening with the hearing the monster in the distance and the dogs dying and all that stuff.
Right.
But Guillermo del Toro did it like an actually good director, unlike 94 guy.
Not like Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, he actually made this like in a weird way beautiful, because nobody loves to watch pets die, dogs die. Nobody loves to watch animals.
Yeah, I was not like, I was like, really? You gotta kill the dogs?
Yeah, but Guillermo del Toro still fucking hooked you in after even watching that. What'd you think of Jacob Elordi's version of the monster in this one? I thought he did.
So I knew that question was good. I will tell you right now, this version of the monster is probably my favorite outside of the original.
Okay, yeah, I can see that for sure.
The thing
really good.
The thing that I really liked about this one is, like,
was it the performance or the look?
I think it was probably what I'll call the makeup. So in this one, when he's in warm weather, or what we'll call warm weather, you see the stitches and stuff and whatnot, and you see that, yes, he's got multiple pieces attached to him. But in the cold weather, what I really liked what he did is everybody's skin reacts differently to cold. And when they were in the cold weather, the face
the contrast
had two different colors of skin because the skins were reacting differently. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a Guillermo del Toro fucking moment there for you.
Paying attention to detail is what I'd call it. But yes.
The assembling of the monster,
the assembling was awesome as well. Like,
awesome.
he was taking different tendons and different muscle. Like, he literally built the entire body, not just cutting off an arm and attaching an arm. Like, he cut off an arm, attached an arm, and then attached all the muscle, like attached different muscles into each one of it too.
Yeah. It was.
And so, to answer your question, in my opinion, the building of the monster and the portrayal of the monster, the only reason I don't put it above the original is because the original is the original.
Yeah, you can't put above that. So, second best.
Easily the second best. And if we wanted to get into an argument, I would put an argument out there that is my favorite.
Okay. Well, we're obviously going to do a 2-hour episodes, but we're going to pause real quick and we'll be right back.
Oh, where are we at? Oh, God. Yeah. We
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Time limit.
I got you.
Hold on.
We are right back.
We
All
came right back.
So Jacob Elordi is the actor that played the monster in this.
Yes, I tried. I thought he looked familiar. I couldn't place him. I looked up his IMDb. I still couldn't place him.
Well, like I've been tracking ever since Guillermo del Toro started filming this, like what he's doing and who's playing. Jacob Elordi was not the original Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
It was actually Andrew Garfield was originally casted as the monster. But
did they completely recast? Did they completely recast the reshoot, or did they mix it?
No, there was a scheduling conflict, which was fortunate enough to where they got to do the scheduling change before filming even started. But
okay.
Andrew Garfield was originally going to be that, and I would have loved to see Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Frankenstein's monster.
I would have as well.
Because I love Andrew Garfield. Like people look at him as Spider-Man. Yeah, and he's my favorite Spider-Man, honestly.
I don't know. I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Like I feel like he fits the role really well. Don't get me wrong, Andrew Garfield did a great job. But how many more times can they recast Spider-Man before it's like, okay, Sony?
The reason why I like Andrew Garfield because his emotional range, like he made me feel more emotions than any other Spider-Mans, more than Tobey, than.
At some point, Sony's gonna have to realize they're not gonna make enough money on Spider-Man to just go ahead and sell it back to Marvel, right?
Right. So I would have loved to have seen Andrew Garfield. So when they this Jacob Elordi guy, which apparently he's been in other stuff, but not something that I followed.
Right.
So this is my first time that I've seen him.
I thought he did a really good job.
He was phenomenal in this.
I mean, I thought he acted the role very well. And so what I will say is, like, I'm glad I remembered this because the monster that was in this movie. I'm sorry, but all I could think about was the cover of Prometheus every time I saw him.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. But with Jacob Elordi's performance as this monster, like, because that was like my complaint with Robert De Niro of him just going from one extreme to another.
Yeah,
Jacob Elordi's transition from literally a newborn baby, and literally chained down in the basement, and how cute it was, which just pissed me off because women are like, "Oh, how cute it was that they gave her a leaf." A fucking leaf. Oh, that's so romantic. Go fuck yourself. That shit. I'll give you a leaf. You'll tell me to fuck off. Anyways.
Hold on. I feel like there was a little bit of strife there.
So don't say that's for romantic there. Oh, how cute was it? He just presented a leaf. Fuck off.
I'm sorry. I feel like Mia Goth was the wrong casting for Elizabeth, but
I think Mia Goth is an amazing actress, but I agree. There could have been somebody else.
I feel like she was the wrong casting for Elizabeth.
I think this casting with Mia Goth is because she's hot right now, right. She's a hot commodity, kind of like Jenna Ortega and stuff like that.
Well, she's hot right now because so many people liked her in
the Pearl,
yeah. Guess what? The only reason people liked her in that is because she got naked a lot. That's not.
She's a damn good actress, but she never gave me the vibe to where she was contemplating which side does she want to go on.
Right.
We knew automatically that she was going to fall in love with the monster when she went to the basement because we knew that was happening. She was going to fucking discover the monster, and then there was literally no
no.
She never made me feel like who's she going to decide. But
Right.
we knew she's going to immediately go with the monster.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, X her on that. No pun intended, since she was in a movie called X. And but I mean, props to me, God, but this was not the role for her. I think Emma Stone would have been perfect for this role.
Emma Stone would have done that really well. Another one that I feel like Scarlett would have done pretty good too.
To where it makes you confused, like which
Right.
side? What do you want to? And that's what I love about this.
You
Like
know-
like I talked about Victor Frankenstein. Like, is he good? Is he bad? You don't really know. Oscar Wilde in this one, he was a little more heavy on the evil side than contemplating if he was good or evil.
Yes.
That reiterates me saying that James McAvoy is my favorite Victor Frankenstein, because he was a little better on trying to make me decide, do I like him on this side or this side?
Back to who we think would be a better Elizabeth Banks real quick. I don't want to delve into a rabbit hole, but like
a better Elizabeth Banks. What does Elizabeth Banks have?
I'm sorry. A better Elizabeth. Not Banks.
Oh.
Elizabeth.
You just ran me through the last name there.
Elizabeth Banks.
She was amazing in Zack and Mary Make a Porno. Yeah, I mean,
she was one I was going to throw in there that I thought would be good, but I feel like Elizabeth needs to be a dark hair, and Elizabeth Banks is usually blonde hair.
I'll say either Emma Stone or the chick that was in Companion. I can't remember her name, but she was.
I don't know the girl in Companion, but see, I almost feel like Anne Hathaway would have been a good one too.
See, you got to get up to the times, because Anne Hathaway is well in her 40s now too. We got to go younger here.
So this is supposed to be a younger girl, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well,
you gotta remember, she married her brother or cousin or.
Right. We'll move on, because because that's it. Hold on.
I'm gonna catch you up on modern day actors. So
hold on.
That's
the other thing. In the 94, it was her adopted brother. In this one, it is like he's falling in love with his brother's wife
yeah. Which I actually liked that touch. That was something that Guillermo changed.
Right.
Just to not make it so fucking weird and awkward.
I think that was his intent, was to make it
but more conflicting for the viewers, because this
to make it forbidden, but not like it, because it's still a forbidden thing to do, but it was
because the brothers obviously love each other in this.
It was not as incestual.
I wish they would have had more of the brother in this, just for us to get more emotionally attached.
Right.
So they're deciding if she's making the right decision between three guys and this fucking.
Well, right, but
that's why I love the Frankenstein.
You can tell that she is infatuated or has feelings for Victor.
Well, yeah, she's having a hard time deciding between two brothers, and then she meets the monster in the basement that presents her a fucking fall leaf.
What I didn't like is that they literally had almost nothing to do with Victor and her falling in love, and then she was just like, I made my decision. Okay. So, okay. So he's still in love with you, and you're just gonna like you obviously have feelings for him, and you're just gonna say, I made my decision, I'm leaving.
And it's Guillermo kind of screwed up with this Mia Goth character, because he had me hooked in while she's debating between the two brothers. She's also fallen in love with this fucking monster too.
Right.
But then her conclusion to the story, I'm like, that was a little lackluster. I
did think it was. I did think I found it funny, but I thought it was intriguing how every time that somebody died around Victor, he was like, "The monster did it. The monster killed her. The monster."
Yeah. See, Oscar Wilde, he just. I don't know. He was a little too villainous for me in this movie.
But I feel like that Victor is the villain, and he
I
played.
love the full circle though, because when the monster goes to the bedroom of Oscar, and he's telling him to take in the sunlight,
Mm-hmm.
and then the very last scene of the movie is the monster taking in the sunlight.
Yep.
I thought that was a beautiful little full circle moment.
And
Like this movie's
guarantee that's what
confusing
it
me
would be.
on, on my ratings here because there's so many things I want to complain about with like the love stories and stuff. Because it wasn't even a love triangle; it was like a love square in this
Yeah.
fucking thing. And then the brother had. And this movie was very beautiful to watch too, because a lot of it was practical. Because Guillermo del Toro literally had him build a giant ship and the whole set and stuff like that. A lot of complaints I've seen is like they're focused too much on the sets and stuff like that. I'm like, no,
What I
admire
did,
the sets, but then also see the performance that's right.
what I liked about this one is at the end it showed off the strength of Frankenstein. Like a lot of them don't really highlight the strength. He literally moved the entire ship, and then at the end, and I also liked that they gave the monster story.
Mm-hmm.
But like
I love the dialogue.
Yes. But then at the end, like he's like, okay, it's time. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go off into whatever, and he pushes the ship out of the ice. Whenever they've got 30 guys working on the ice, like trying to just chip the ice away.
Yeah. No. I can't remember what the fucking line was when the monster is throwing around Victor. And he says something like, create somebody for me. Mm-hmm. He does a beautiful fucking line. I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. That's another example of lines that we should take notes sometimes when we do these.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But he does a beautiful line. And I was just like, oh, you're so right, monster. Because at first I thought this monster was a fucking dick, and then now I'm like he was great. And then I thought Oscar Wilde was a fucking dick. Victor Frankenstein was a dick, and then I was like, okay, and then he came to realization that he would, but then he didn't come to a realization until he was in his deathbed, and
right.
I love Frankenstein.
We're gonna mishmash a little bit, mix match, whatever you want to call it. Uh-huh. Do you consider the monster the villain or Victor the villain? After watching both movies,
I consider Victor. Okay. If I had to pick one of the two, it's Victor. The monster is just misunderstood.
Do you consider portrayal of Victor turning into a villain better portrayed in the 94 or the one that just came out?
Oh, comparing these two to the one that just came out.
You felt like you felt
the Victor in the 94 one was just.
But in the 94 one, I felt like he was still trying to be good right up until he.
Yeah, but did it really grip you though? Like his performance, and like did it really make you go?
I'm not asking about the performance of the actor. I'm asking about Victor himself.
I prefer Guillermo del Toro's version.
Well, I know you're going to say
because 90% of the time I felt he was bad, which I guess is.
But I think what the 94 one did. I
think Victor sucked in both of these versions.
Okay, but I think
there's better versions of Victor Frankenstein out there than.
Well, I get that, but what I think what the 94 version did better than this one did. Is portrayed Victor being somebody who just wanted to go help people and be a doctor, be good, help everybody. And then he just kind of delved into things that were not supposed to be. And it made him kind of go crazy. I don't feel like they did a good depiction of that in the Guillermo del Toro version.
I agree.
He just honestly was a dick the entire time in that one. I haven't
After
read
you
the
say
book, so I
that,
don't know
yeah.
how he was supposed to be originally, but
He's originally supposed to be somebody that makes you contemplate if you're going to support him or not. Is he good? Is he bad? Is he protagonist or antagonist? Like,
well, right. And I don't know. I felt like they did a better job of that in '94 than they did in this one. Because this one, he was just kind of being an asshole to him the whole time.
I know I was leaning one way, but after you just explained that, I see what you're saying, and that kind of pisses me off a little bit.
No, like I still liked this version better. I don't think they portrayed
Victor Frankenstein himself.
I don't feel like they portrayed Victor as being somebody that just wanted to go help the world and then kind of delve down into a rabbit hole.
But he was mad himself, so like when he's mad, you're like. Mm-hmm.
But he also never really started off as a.
And he was a complete prick in this Guillermo del Toro. Like when he got blown up and he lost his leg and shit like that, I was like, you deserved that, you son of a bitch. You deserved that.
Well, right, 100%. Like I just felt like there was a better build up to him realizing that what he did was wrong in the original.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to call Guillermo del Toro on that one. Is like because the in my opinion, the purpose of Victor Frankenstein is to make the audience decide: is he good or is he bad? Do I support him? Do I go against him? And in both these iterations, you kind of immediately know which side you're going to go on,
right?
Whether it's good or bad. And so, like, yeah, in either one of these movies, I don't think Victor Frankenstein was portrayed correctly.
I don't know about correctly, but like he definitely was portrayed differently in both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I would say 94, he was more of a protagonist, and then in Guillermo del Toro is more of an antagonist,
right?
Which sucks because we shouldn't be able.
But again, at the end of the day, he's kind of both. So like,
because you can see where he's coming from, but then also his decisions, you're like, that was a bad decision.
Well, and you got the doctors at the college saying no, it's blasphemy. It's like it's not something you should do.
Mm-hmm. Which is the Victor Frankenstein story through all iterations.
Right. He did something he shouldn't do.
Yeah. He's trying to play God, and you cannot play God.
And then he regretted it, and then tried to correct it. And
see, and when he regrets it, that's when I'm looking at like which way you're going at after he regrets recreating. When he regrets playing God. Because he wanted to be God, and then when he does it, and then he regrets it because he doesn't like the monster that he created. Okay, so then are we going to support him this way or this way?
One thing that I thought was interesting in this one was
such a beautiful story.
I'm sorry. Another thing I thought that was interesting in the Guillermo del Toro one is they brought the lymph nodes into it.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was like, why is he just healing himself? And she's like, oh, the lymph nodes. I get it. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's going to be a question. Did Abs like the Guillermo del Toro?
She did. But, like, I think she likes the 94 better. But, like, she also was like, okay, the lymph nodes, I get it. I'm like, what? Like, what did the lymph nodes have to do with it? And apparently the lymph nodes have to do with healing. So, like, since they injected the lymph nodes to do whatever, like, so Guillermo del Toro obviously did some medical research on this movie before he did it.
Yeah. Exactly. And I know how Abs is all about technicalities on medical aspects of things.
But yeah, like I didn't understand the lymph node thing, but that was
I
apparently
didn't care. I'm just I'm all about the story. I don't care about the technicalities.
right. But it obviously had some sort of medical jargon.
But the construction of this monster, though, I was very impressed, especially when they were showing the connecting of the ligaments and all that
right.
stuff.
Like he was literally, he was taking hundreds of bodies and putting the best muscle of each one together.
I was watching, kind of the making, the pre-production stuff like that leading up to it. I'm like, this monster looks fucking stupid. Like I don't give a shit about this one. But now I actually watched the movie. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. I like it. And the whole little tunnel down to the sewer, that looked fun. It made me want to go to a water park.
It literally made me want to go ride a water slide.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that looks fun. I want to jump in there too while the castle is blowing up. I want to slide down. That looks cool.
But yeah, so
right.
let's get into our
we should review this. We're over 2 hours now.
I feel like hold on. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, we're an hour over than our
all right, so let's get into our ratings.
Yeah.
You want to go first, or I'm going to go first?
Well, since we have this weird little bet situation going on, not a bet, but a new staple that's going on. Would you rather have me give my rating first, or you give your rating and then give?
Doesn't matter to me. I don't. Is my rating ever going to affect yours?
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I know what my rating is. I almost, I was still
like
even in this conversation.
I already have my rating. I already have my rating written down. So like, I don't care if I go first or second. I'm guessing.
That's why I don't write down my ratings, because if our conversation happens and then if something that you says changes my mind, then my rating changes a little bit.
Fair enough. And I feel like something I said this time may have changed your rating a little bit.
I was very impressed with everything that you said. I'm very proud. I feel like yeah, Frankenstein, baby. Okay,
very good, Padawan.
You give your rating, and then I'll turn away, and you put it.
Okay, so and then I'll give all right. So this movie literally came out a week or two ago, and while I have followed the Frankenstein storyline a little bit, I never really followed it much. So watching these two movies and seeing them based off of the same
you got to learn a lot about the original Frankenstein.
I enjoyed both of these movies. Like I said, I thought the degradation of Victor was better in the original. I still feel like the overall quality of this movie was better. So,
absolutely.
Beautiful
filmmaking in this one. When it comes to filmmaking, this one is far superior than it might be.
This movie. So, I'll just go right. My rating for this one is an 8.
Nice. Oh, yeah. All right. So, I'm going to turn.
Your turn.
No, my microphone's not mobile, so I'm gonna look this way.
You talk to the camera during your rating, and then you turn away, and I give what I think you're going to be.
Before I give my score, okay. I knew that this was a Guillermo del Toro passion project, so that might have overhyped it a little bit, because I love Guillermo del Toro's past, and usually he makes great movies. Sometimes he confuses me a little bit, like he did Blade 2. So
okay, fair enough.
He's done some random sequels and stuff like that, but he's a hell of a director, and he has a great visual. And knowing this is a passion project, I kind of grilled it a little harder than I usually do, just because I'm like, this is the movie that he really wanted to make,
Right.
and it's Frankenstein, which is a story that I absolutely love. No matter what iteration I hear from it, even if it's a made up shit, like if fucking Terry Gilliam that did the Monty Python movies did a Frankenstein version, I would love that too. Let's see what that fucking version is. I would love to see that. This movie though, I was super hyped for it, and I watched it, and it did
Look
not
to the camera.
disappoint. It did not disappoint. Guillermo del Toro's version of this did not disappoint. There were some flaws, in my opinion, on just certain aspects of, I guess, the story. I don't know. I'm just nitpicky on Frankenstein, but all right, my final rating.
All right, so I'm gonna hold my hands up. I think my initial thought's gonna be right, but I'm gonna change it.
Okay,
Hold on.
you got it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm beginning with the same score, sir. I'm an 8. I am an 8 out of 10.
Have 5 drinks, sir.
Did you really do 8 too?
So my initial rating,
See, like, like no,
my
no
initial rating
bullshit.
was 7, and I was like, I think he's gonna do an 8. So I was like,
Because it's a beautiful fucking film to watch.
it was.
So, but since you went 8, I'm like, oh, he's not gonna guess because he's not gonna think I'm gonna do the same number as he did. Because 9 times out of 10, we don't do the same numbers, whether they're one off, but we never
You
do
are
the
correct.
same number. So I was like, okay, well, he's fucked because I'm gonna give it an 8 as well.
I'll drink with you.
Fucking.
If I get.
That was a very cold fucking 5 drinks because I just fucking opened that.
Hey, guess what? I have been Colonel.
I've been Faye. This has been a special 2-hour episode, apparently, because when we talk Frankenstein, Andrew Faye doesn't shut the fuck up.
No, when we talk Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Atta baby. Atta baby. Yeah.
So that leads us into our last point. What are we doing next week? Oh, well, that's me.
I was gonna say that's you to tell us.
So next week we are going to be doing. Well, so I know everybody has Thanksgiving on Thursday.
We're going live.
We're going to go live, and we are going to have a Friendsgiving, and we are going to give our Mount Rushmore of our Friends Thanksgiving episodes.
Yeah, we looked it up. There's 10 seasons of Friends. Nine seasons have a Thanksgiving episode.
So we will each give our Mount Rushmore. I don't think we need to put them in order of 1 to 4. Mount Rushmore's Mount Rushmore. Our 4 favorite episodes of
4 favorite episodes, not in a specific order. Just
correct.
These are our 4. Okay.
These are.
Thank you for saying that because I don't know if I'd be able to order them. From 4 to 1.
I don't. When you do Mount Rushmore, you don't need to order them. It's just, hey, these are my 4
favorites. Just got to be up there. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna give you 4 out of our 9 favorite episodes.
We're gonna be live on Black Friday. I don't know what time yet. Probably 9 o'clock our time. Does that sound good?
I think that's appropriate.
9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So 10 o'clock
Worst
Eastern.
case scenario, 9:30. Like we'll.
Yeah. We kind of failed on our.
If the time changes, we'll let you know on the social media at least a few hours beforehand.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a live Friendsgiving, doing our Mount Rushmore of Friends Thanksgiving episodes, and we're just gonna hang out and talk. It's gonna be a good time.
It will be.
So
come in and join us.
Yes. So I have been Faye.
I have been Colonel.
And
go fuck yourself, San Francisco.
I had a kid. We're just gonna end it there.